So is this the world's easiest creamy pasta recipe? Absolutely. This super comforting weeknight supper is so easy, so delicious, and it only has 4 ingredients. So before I get into the kitchen and I show you how to make it, just better introduce myself. So my name's Jules Clancy. I'm a food scientist. I live in Australia, and I'm all about making cooking as simple and easy and enjoyable as possible. So let's jump in and I'll show you how to make this tuna pasta.
So I've just got to boil a little pot of water here for our pasta. I'm going to put in kind of a generous handful of salt, and then I'm going to get the pasta in. I'm using little orecchiette, and I'm going to set the timer. They're going to take 15 minutes to cook, but check the packet of your pasta because they do vary quite a bit in the amount of time they take to cook. The timer's just gone off for the pasta, so we'll just have a quick little taste. Great. So that's really al dente, so there's just a tiny little bit of kind of whiteness left, but that's fine. So we'll leave the heat on actually. I'm just going to scoop a cup of water out, and I'll take the pasta over to the sink and strain it. I'm just going to quickly make the sauce. So I've just got a tin of tuna in olive oil here, so I'll just get that into the pan. I've got the pan on a high heat still, and so yeah, oil in and everything. And all we want to do is just break the tuna up with the forks to kind of turn it into a sauce and just brown the tuna a little bit. And I mean, you could put some garlic in here if you're a really big garlic fan, but I like to keep it really simple actually. So mash the tuna a bit, and because we want the tuna to kind of be a sauce that coats the pasta rather than being, you know, kind of big, hey, I'm a tuna chunk kind of thing. So okay, that's starting to look good. And then I've got a tablespoon of capers here that I've just had soaking in. They were salted capers. I've just had soaking in water, so I'll just scoop them out of the water, and they can go in the pan. So the tuna will start to cook quite quickly and we just want it to brown up slightly. So it's just going to be, you know, another 30 seconds or so. It's starting to stick a little bit at the bottom, so I think that's good. So we'll get our cream. And I'm not normally a fan of creamy pasta sauces, but this one I really love. So we'll just chuck a few, maybe 4 tablespoons in, and we'll just see how that goes. So scrape up any of the bits on the bottom, and so you've got this really lovely creamy sauce. It's quite hot in there. That's great. It goes in, stuck a little bit, and then really it's all about just stirring to kind of get the pasta coated in the sauce. Have a little taste and season, and then you can either toss the baby spinach leaves in now and let them wilt down in with the pasta, or you could serve the pasta with the spinach leaves on a bed of spinach leaves, or serve it separately, and we're done.
So one of the things that makes my recipes unique is that I always include a list of variations for different dietary requirements, or if you just happen to be looking for ways to mix things up. So let's go through some variations for the spinach pasta. So in terms of protein, if you're vegetarian, of course tuna is not going to be an option. So I recommend you can use one really great option is to go with boiled eggs. So, or you could actually just I often just will break the eggs instead of over the pasta when it's cooking at the end, like after I've drained the pasta, pop it back in the pot with the cream and scramble some eggs in then, or you could chop up boiled eggs and add them in. Another great option for vegetarians is cheese, so adding cheese instead of the tuna to give you that kind of creamy mac and cheese vibe. And then the other option for vegetarians is smoked tofu. So you just dice it up and cook that like you would cook the tuna, and then add the pasta back in. So, and then of course, if you're carnivore, you could be using sausages, you could be using chicken, you could be using salmon works really well here as well. And then if you happen to need to be dairy free, or even if you just want something different, I'd recommend instead of using the cream, you could go with a dairy-free cream, but I think you're actually better off to choose a different sauce that's naturally dairy-free. So something like a dairy-free pesto, and like, so you could go like a traditional green pesto, or I've got a recipe that I'll link to in the show notes. That's for this tomato almond pesto. So using tomato paste and almonds and olive oil, and it's so delicious, and it'll go really well with the tuna and the pasta and the spinach. And what else? Low carbs. If you're not a pasta eater, you can. This is actually one of my favorite sauces to have over broccoli. So basically, you cook the broccoli like you would, like just steam it or cook it like you do cook the pasta, and then put that in the pot with the tuna and the cream, and it's one of my favorite things in the world to eat. It's really, really good. Or you can do a combo of pasta and broccoli, which is really good too. And then the other veggie option that I love is, instead of using pasta, is to use just slice up some cabbage and just saute that in a pan, and then add the tuna and cream to that. So heaps of ideas there to get you started, and definitely check out the link in the show notes to the written recipe. Heap more ideas for variations to mix things up there as well, and also problem solving guides. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Hope you're feeling inspired to make a super delicious creamy pasta. And yeah, definitely subscribe to my channel for more super easy recipes. Okay, talk soon.